Welcome to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
And hey, if you want to keep up with everything rugby, make sure you hit subscribe to Rugby Obsession.
Definitely do.
So today we're digging into something pretty interesting. It's all about the reaction to the new 2025 British and Irish Lions squad announcement.
That's right. Andy Farrell's picks, well, they certainly stirred the pot a bit.
Yeah.
We're looking specifically at a piece from ruck.co.uk, published May 9th, 2025. The title kind of says it all, not even British. Fans slam foreign-born stars in 2025 Lions squad.
Wow. Okay. So our plan today is to sort of unpack that debate, right? Look at the different sides of this argument about players born outside the UK and Ireland being in the squad.
Exactly, trying to understand the various perspectives.
Okay, so the squad itself, full of amazing players, obviously, but the controversy isn't really about, who got picked based on skill,
But it seems the big flashpoint is where they were born.
which is, yeah, an interesting angle for the debate to take.
It is. And the Ruck piece mentions this has even fueled talk elsewhere, like suggestions the Lions should have resisted picking what some call foreign players altogether. Really focus only on those born in England, Scotland, Wales, or Ireland.
Right, the traditional home nations definition.
Precisely. And that view seems to have gained some real noise online.
And it sounds like something pretty simple actually set it off. Ruck asked a question on social media.
Yeah, just asking who should start at inside center. But the thing was, both options they suggested happened to be players born outside Britain and Ireland.
Ah, and that didn't go down well with everyone.
Not quite. The article pulls some direct quotes from fans. Pretty strong stuff.
Like what?
Well, things like, how's about finding British-born players to play for the British Lions?
Okay, very direct.
And another one just stating, neither are British. It really shows, the depth of feeling some people have about the team's identity.
It absolutely does. That sense of heritage is clearly important to many, but there's another side to this coin, isn't there?
There is. And this is where, like you said, it gets really interesting. One supporter brought up a bit of history, pointing out that not so long ago, some UK fans were quite critical of, say, New Zealand for selecting players with Pacific Island heritage, the whole Pacific-picked discussion.
Right, I remember that. So kind of an allegation of hypocrisy, maybe?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least questioning the consistency. This person noted, quite sharply, that you look around European rugby now, and lots of teams feature stars originally from New Zealand, Fiji, Samoa, Tonga.
That's a very fair point. The game has become incredibly global in terms of player movement.
It really has.
But it wasn't all negative reaction, was it? The article mentions other viewpoints.
No, definitely not. Ruck quoted someone they called a passionate rugby lover, who basically found the whole issue.
Well, ridiculous.
Okay, and their reasoning.
Simple, really. These players are eligible. They meet the criteria set out by World Rugby to play for their adopted nations. It's all perfectly legal and within the rules of the game.
And does that tie into the quality of the rugby? That's the argument. This person, and others who agree, would say that including all eligible top talent, regardless of birthplace, makes for a stronger Lions team, better tours, more competitive rugby overall.
Better spectacle for everyone.
Exactly. The article even lightly touches on the idea that maybe fans who disagree so strongly might find football's stricter national eligibility rules more to their liking.
Interesting contrast. So where does Ruck itself land on this? Did the article give an editorial stance?
They did, yeah.
Yeah?
Pretty clearly. They stated they have no problem with eligible foreign-born players making the squad.
Okay. And their justification?
It comes down to merit, essentially. Form, commitment to the jersey, the quality they bring, those should be the deciding factors, not where you happen to be born.
Makes sense from a pure performance perspective.
And they also acknowledge, the world's changed, rugby's changed. They seem to be advocating for an inclusive approach, embracing global talent to keep the Lions competitive.
That's quite a clear stance. And just a reminder, if you're finding this discussion interesting, do subscribe to Rugby Obsession for more deep dives like this one.
Good point. Now, looking at the actual numbers helps put this in context, too.
Right. How many players are we actually talking about?
According to the article, it's 8 out of the 38 players in the squad.
8 out of 38. So what's that, about 21%?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah.
Just over a fifth of the squad.
And who are they? Did the article list them?
It did. You've got Pierre Schoeman, playing for Scotland, born in South Africa.
Okay.
Jamison Gibson Park for Ireland, born in New Zealand. Marcus Smith, England, born in the Philippines.
Right.
Bundy Aki, Ireland, another one born in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Sione Tuipulotu, Scotland, born in Australia.
Okay, quite a mix.
James Lowe, Ireland, born in New Zealand. Mac Hansen, also Ireland, born in Australia. And Duhan van der Merwe for Scotland, born in South Africa.
Wow. So yeah, South Africa, New Zealand, Philippines, Australia, a real geographical spread represented across the different home nations teams.
Exactly. It's not like it's just one union relying on overseas-born talent. It's spread across Ireland, Scotland, and England in this squad.
Now, the article also touches on something else, an unpicked XV. What's that about? Is that related to the birthplace issue?
Not directly, no. It's more for context on the overall selection challenge. It's a list ruck compiled of quality players who, for various reasons, missed out on selection this time.
Ah, I see. So reasons like maybe not quite hitting top form or being injured or maybe just unlucky with the competition in their position.
Exactly. Or maybe playing their club rugby outside the UK or Ireland, which can sometimes be a factor. They mention names like Nicky Smith from Wales, Jamie George from England.
Experienced players.
Very. Kyle Sinclair, too. And Courtney Laws, although he's retired from internationals now, so that's slightly different.
Yeah.
But it just shows the depth of talent available and the tough calls Farrell had to make.
Right. It reminds you that selection is complex. Birthplace is just one part of a much bigger puzzle the coaches have to solve.
Absolutely. Many factors go into picking a Lion squad.
So wrapping this up then, what this deep dive into the Rec article shows us is, well, a really passionate debate, isn't it, about what the British and Irish Lions represent in 2025, national identity, player eligibility. It's all in the mix.
It really is. You've got strong arguments on both sides. The traditional view emphasizing birthplace and heritage versus a more modern view focused on eligibility rules and selecting the absolute best available talent to compete. It mirrors how international rugby itself is evolving, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So what do you listening think? Where do you stand on this? We'd genuinely love to hear your thoughts.
Please do share them.
And don't forget, subscribe to Rugby Obsession for more chats like this.
It's fascinating, though, the sheer emotion tied up in the Lions. It's more than just a rugby team for so many people, isn't it? And this debate really brings that to the surface.
It absolutely does. It touches on tradition, identity, the future of the game. Lots to think about.
Indeed.
Well, thank you for listening to this Rugby Obsession deep dive.
Thanks, everyone.
We look forward to you listening to our next episode.